In this video, we're going to do a quick look at the PENTAX K1000 camera. Alright, so I buy and sell cameras on eBay, and this is one of the cameras that just recently sold. So before I actually ship it out, I wanted to kind of do a quick walkthrough, quick look at how to use this camera. This camera happens to be a fantastic seller on eBay. This one's also mint condition. This is a beautiful PENTAX K1000. We'll look at putting batteries in, we'll look at loading film, that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do to properly use this camera is actually we're going to want to get the light meter working. There is a battery for this camera that is required to use the light meter. The battery that this camera takes is a tiny little LR44 battery. So let's go ahead and do that. Going to need a little screwdriver to open this up. Close it up. Alright, so the first thing we're going to check on this thing is the light meter. So when you look inside the viewfinder, you'll notice that there is a little bar that goes up and down. So when I'm pointing at the light, the bar will go to the top. That's how the light meter works. And then if I'm pointing away from the light, it will drop more towards the middle or to the bottom. So that's how the light meter works. But ultimately, this camera will fire. The camera will take a photo without a battery in it. How you do that is you pull the arm back and simply press our button. Boom. Do that again. That's it. You can change the ASA, and you can also change the shutter speed up top. You can change the aperture and also your focus on the lens. This camera usually comes standard with the 50mm lens, the PENTAX 50mm lens. So if you're looking to buy one of these cameras, just make sure you're paying attention to maybe the type of lens that's on it. Sometimes that's easy to overlook. You don't want to end up with a Sears camera lens or something like that. So make sure you pay attention to that. I've actually got links in the description below if you're looking to pick up one of these PENTAX K1000s. Film counter on top as well, right there. That's pretty much it on this camera. There is no self-timer mode. There's no timer on this one. So now let's go ahead and just load film. The film I use here is our Kroger brand film. This is actually a dummy roll. I test a ton of cameras because I buy and sell them for a side hustle. So I basically reuse. I don't want to waste film. Of course, that's expensive. So I reuse this roll. The problem is sometimes that roll does go all the way back into the canister. So I have this handy little tool that will remove the film from inside the canister. So let's go ahead and do that. To pull. Okay, there's actually a link in the description below for that tool if you're looking for something like that. Alright, so first we're going to open up the camera in the back to get the film in. Pull this handle up and it'll pop open. We're going to go ahead and load the film in like so, upside down, drop this in, and now we're in. Now I'm going to feed it across, and with this camera there is a little slit. If you can see that, there's a little slit. You want to put that in, and then hold it there, and then we're going to go ahead and pull, and we're going to fire. And because this is a manual film camera, this is how you would do that, right? Now I can go ahead and take a few more photos if I wanted to. How to rewind it, it's pretty simple. On the bottom, so again, because it's a manual camera, press that little button, and then flip this handle, rewind. Go, pop it open, and the film is rewound back inside the canister. But again, not to worry, I do have my handy tool. And that is it. Pretty simple camera. That's why it makes a great beginner SLR film camera. Make sure you like this video if you found it helpful so that other people can find it and learn from it. And then lastly, if you want to subscribe to this channel, thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time.